A few years ago, I found myself in a ICU ward, children's ICU ward. There was this single mom who's got a daughter who's got this rare disease. And after about 15, 20 operations, nothing seemed to be working. This girl succumbed to some of her sickness and she went to a coma. And the doctors told the mom that she's dying. And so we rushed to the hospital to be with the mom because she's all alone. And if you go into a children's ICU ward, it is a pretty horrible place to be in. And saw the mom caressing the hair of her little girl. It's just really heartbreaking to see that. Then I look across the room and I see so many other children. Next to her bed, there was this Indian family with a little boy with tubes sticking out all over the place. And same thing, next bed, two Chinese families, and across two Chinese families, there was a Malay family, and behind me, where the tap was, where I washed my hands, there was another Malay family with a girl. She's probably about 6 or 7 years old. Same thing, tubes and wires and all sorts of stuff. Heart monitoring machine, pulse machine, all kinds of IV drips and whatnots. Um, saw the mom caressing the hair, looking at the daughter, almost the same scene. Dad is a devout Muslim father, reading from a prayer book. And I realized one thing when I saw all these people, Indian, Malay, Chinese, Sabahan, Sarawakins, in the ward, looking at the children, feeling great futility and despair. It suddenly hit me really hard that this is probably the one place in this country that one Malaysia really exists, because in this ward everybody is equal. It's like you suddenly realize that when something like tragedy, a disease, or a tsunami, an earthquake, when it comes, it does not recognize whether you're Ketuanan status or Bumi status, or if you have a ton of certs and you have all kinds of educational background, status, whatever, how rich, how poor, what color your skin is, what religion you creed you belong to. When tragedy strikes, everybody gets affected, and that's equality for you. And it just got me thinking that maybe um, we should look at life like this and kind of realize that we should not wait for something tragic to happen before we realize that we all bleed. If we really look carefully, really we are all the same. We all want the same thing. Whether you're Chinese or Indian or Malay or Kadazan or Iban, Eurasian, Caucasian, black, yellow, blue. We want food on the table, we want clothes on our back, we want a shelter above our heads. We love our children, we want our children to get educated, we want to have a future for our children, we want to have a future that we all can hope in, to feel secure in. We're not so different after all, we all want the same thing. But the problem with this nation is that some of our community leaders are a bit irresponsible, and they find all sorts of reason to hate another person because they call God by a different name, they have a different color, they speak a different language, and they find all sorts of reasons to divide people. And the sad thing is, many people do not know better, and they believe in these so-called leaders who are so irresponsible, and they create things that divide, when in truth we are all the same. And must we go to a ICU ward and see all the children suffer, different colors, different religion? And must we see all this to realize that we're all equal? So don't wait for a tragedy to befall this beautiful country before we realize that we're all the same. We all have the same blood running through our veins. We have a heart that beats. We feel pain, we feel fear. And we have so many opportunities to be united, to work together, to support each other. The diversity that we have in this country is actually a blessing. It is beautiful. We shouldn't see it as a threat, or something that's so alien that we must hate and reject. That's a sad thing that's happening. It's such a fundamental, simple thing, and yet we have really messed up so badly. So don't wait for a tragedy to happen to this whole country, like a tsunami. If it comes, everyone dies. So what if you're a superior race and have special rights? You die. The rich will die, the poor will die, everybody dies. We're all the same. And that's what I want to say. And hope and pray that this nation will do well in the future. That's kind of it. Thank you.